Welcome back to Heavy Rain. We're continuing where we left off with a chapter called The Bear, after the origami figure. So it's an Ethan chapter, and the first of the trials we were sent. 11:03 on Wednesday, and we arrive at the garage. Incidentally, what does Ethan do? Like, is it just assumed that he's taken time off work?
Can't stop thinking about that well. Sean seemed exhausted.
In a game that
At least he's
allows me
alive.
to actually
I'll
go
do
to the
anything to get him
toilet
out of
and
there.
let my character take a piss, you'd think that something like him suspiciously taking a lot of time off work, I
Excuse
suppose he's
me?
got compassionate leave, you don't know, you'd think it would appear. Anyway,
Hey! Oh! Ha! Sorry. Didn't see you. What can I do you for?
I'd like to get my car.
Hey, you're a pretty patient guy, you are. That car's been there for 2 years. We took it out for a drive every month and checked the tires and batteries, just like you said. Here, it's the 3rd floor down. The service elevator is at the far end
Thanks.
of the garage. Ah, you have yourself a good one, Chief.
so pretty elaborate preparation for these trials. For a killer, I think it's been operating for a few months, I think it's been stated. So yeah. Long time planning. Take the elevator down to the 3rd floor. Wondering which car it is? Keys tell you. Beg your pardon. There we are. Right down the end. Quite a sleek car, can we keep it? Look around for clues as to what we're supposed to do next. In the glove box we find nothing, apparently. Come on, every glove box has something in it. Obsolete Greek currency or something. There we are, a phone. Why didn't you just put it in the glove box for us to find, if you wanted us to find it? But anyway. Well, it's a GPS, not a phone.
Leave the parking lot and take the first right.
Sadly, there is no option to turn the GPS's voice to comedy Irish. There we go, blah blah blah, driving.
Take a left at the next intersection. Keep to the right and take the first exit. You have reached your destination. Are you ready to show your courage in order to save your son? Listen carefully. Take the highway and drive against the traffic for 5 miles. If you haven't reached your destination in 5 minutes, you will have failed.
If I succeed, I'll get more letters for the hangman. It's my only lead. No turning back now. Can't stop my hands shaking. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it.
To go
I don't wanna
through
die.
all the
Not
options,
here.
all the
Not like
motivations
this.
as he agonises about whether
I can do
to
it.
take on the
I'd do
challenge.
anything to save my son. A lot of good it'll do Sean if I kill myself on this highway. Go the wrong way on the highway for
Now, here's
5
the thing.
miles. Am I willing to take
I
that risk in order to save my
want
son?
him to take the risk, but I'm reliably informed that if you select to refuse, you can't actually refuse the trial.
It's sheer
So I pressed it
madness.
to see what would
I
happen.
kill a bunch of innocent people. What gives me the right to play God, even to save my son?
And he makes the very good point that innocent people will die if he fucks up, and then the game
I've got
just
to do it
makes
for
you
Sean's sake. I have no choice.
accept. I mean, I can kind of accept the railroading at this point. You know, it's a very key plot point that he's going to do this. But why would you highlight the fact that I have no choice by pretending to give me a choice, which I then couldn't anyway? Obviously, there's a quick time event.
I can do this. Come on.
Yep, just about managing it so far.
4 miles to go before you reach your destination.
Get out of the way!
Failed something there. Apparently, I was allowed to fail that one. Again, failed that one, but still managed to not kill the guy.
You still have 3 miles to go before you reach your destination.
I'll give it this, it was involving.
You still have 2 miles to go before you reach your destination.
Toll booth,
Move out of the goddamn way! Move out of the way! Come on!
with police cars, who unsurprisingly are driving in pursuit.
You still have 1 mile to go before you reach your destination.
And boom. Have we failed?
Destination reached.
Apparently not.
Please press the screen. Destination reached. Please press the screen. Destination reached. Please press the screen.
So now you get this thing where the whole interface is flipped if you're upside down. It would be easy to be cynical and say that it's more annoying than anything else,
Your reward is in the glove compartment.
but I
The key is
guess it
inside the
works.
GPS. Your reward is in the glove compartment. The
So it turns out the glove compartment from earlier was not empty, it was in fact locked. And we can now open it. And then leave. Like now. Thank you for playing Road Safety with Heavy Rain. So, Sean. And some letters. Something 5 is the number. Well, I guess we can't keep the car. It's playable character number 4 again. Maybe this time we get a name. Loading. Welcome to Creepy Motels Incorporated.
I'm worn out. I've gotta sleep. The reception. Let's hope they've got a room left.
For no apparent reason, she appears to be only able to sleep in motels.
Disappeared yesterday. A recent report indicates that the police are now treating this as another kidnapping by the Origami killer. If this information is confirmed, he may still be alive, as the previous victims were all killed 3 to 5 days after their
Hello
abduction.
there, sweetheart.
Obviously, time is
What can I
running
do
out
for
fast
you?
for the investigators trying
I'd like
to
a room.
find the child. I'm
For
Michael
you?
Lane for IC.
Anything. Feeling the register. Madison, page 27. Single. How long will you be staying with us, Ms. Page?
I don't know yet.
Room 201. Last floor, stairs on the right, in the courtyard.
Thanks.
The pleasure was all mine.
That's for sure.
Rainy, rundown motel, sad music. There is no let-up with this game. Just unrelenting misery.
That obnoxious receptionist better not have a spare key to my room. The thought of it leaves me in a cold sweat.
And to cheer you up, implications of rape.
Room 201. Stairs on the right, last floor.
The thrill of next generation gameplay as you forget how many staircases you have to ascend. It's Ethan. So yeah, the real reason that you can only sleep in motels is because that
Is he...
gives
Is he
you a
wounded?
reason to meet Ethan. Plot insomnia.
Sir? Are you alright?
So this is notable for being the
Call an
first
ambulance.
encounter between two player characters.
You're badly hurt. You need a doctor.
Please, just help me to my room. It's number 207.
And I think it's always an interesting and slightly strange effect when a former player character turns into an NPC. I mean, obviously we are used to relinquishing control of our characters in cutscenes and scripted sequences, but it's I don't know, a slightly different effect.
You're really in bad shape. You should see a doctor.
Must have 1, maybe 2 broken ribs. It's not fatal. But it's sore as hell.
So there's another
Your
sort
head
of
is bleeding. It looks deep.
doctoring sequence. This time, you're kind of helping yourself. It's... I mean, at this point, none of the player characters are in actual
I should disinfect his cuts.
opposition. The real interesting thing, I think, came in,
I should disinfect his cuts.
not sure what I was doing there, came in the predecessor to this game, Fahrenheit, where you played as a guy who
I'm gonna disinfect
blacked
your
out,
wound.
and
This
when he
might hurt a
came
little.
round it turned out he'd murdered a guy in a bathroom, and you played as him, and also as the police investigators hunting the murder, which led to the rather strange situations of you start
There.
off playing as one
At least
character
you
and
won't get
hiding all the
infected.
clues of the murder,
Thanks.
and then you're playing as other characters who are trying to find the clues, and it was pretty easy to find the clues given that you knew where you'd hidden them.
Paracetamol painkiller. Administer in cases of intense pain. Do not
It
take
can
more than
be
1 pill
interesting.
every 24 hours.
Done right and done in moderation. Other times, I think
Take this. It should do you some good.
potentially
It's a
that
painkiller.
that sort of
It'll help reduce the
experience
pain.
of playing against yourself could potentially become a
on the
little
box to
bit
take 1 every
frustrating because
24
you're building
hours.
up you're building
I
up
don't think
goals
it's a
as
good
one
idea to
character and
exceed
then
the
knocking
dose.
them down as another.
I can't afford to wait.
I wouldn't move around
I mean,
for
there
a
are
few
games
days
where you
if I
can
were
choose
you.
sides,
I'm
and
gonna
obviously
take a shower.
you'll be working
Alright,
against the
let me
side
help
you
you.
didn't choose. So if you play the game again, you might be working against the side you chose first time. But that's different. That's where you've got separate continuities. But working against yourself in
I'll
the
wait
same
here until you come
continuity
out.
can be
Let me know if you need anything.
strange. However, I think Fahrenheit did it well. Pulled it off quite well. Yes, you have the option to have a perv
Talk
on
to
Ethan.
me. That way I'll know if you pass out.
What's your name?
Madison.
So yeah, anyway, conversation.
No, I live in town. I suffer from chronic insomnia. I seem to only be able to sleep in motels.
That's
Don't ask
convenient
me
for
why.
purposes of the plot.
Whenever I get too exhausted, I come and spend a night here.
I'm just passing through. And what else do you do, Madison? Apart from fixing up strangers.
I'm a photographer.
Although I never
I take
actually seem to
pictures
do any
of,
work in this
furniture
game.
for fashionable design magazines. And you?
I'm an architect.
No, yeah, he is an architect, isn't he? Works from home. I suppose that makes more sense. But yeah, as I was saying, Fahrenheit, this game's predecessor, had many flaws, but playing against yourself wasn't one of them.
Thanks for
Somehow it
staying.
seemed to work.
I feel a lot better now.
Okay. I better get going then. By the way, you never told me your name.
Ethan.
Be careful, Ethan.
So yeah, we see Ethan from an outside perspective, and then we change back to
I'm
Ethan.
still in pain, but I gotta keep going. I don't know why she helped me. I hope she won't tell anyone. Man, I'm thirsty.
He says he's thirsty. There's a bottle in the fridge. I don't know whether it's water. It looks kind of like water. When I saw it from Madison's perspective, I thought it looked like beer, so I didn't have him drink it. I don't know whether it makes any difference at all.
I don't have much time. I've gotta find my son before it's too late.
But yeah, trial number 2, basically.
The box. I have to open another origami figure.
Why doesn't he open them all at once? In fact, why doesn't he take the box with him? Anyway. Are you prepared to suffer to save your son, the old power plant on something street? The butterfly trial. This time he doesn't bother hiding the box. I mean, I guess he's getting distracted, but after the big thing they made of it last time, where he got the choice of where to put it, this time he just leaves it. So, yeah, fine. Moving on, it's Norman, the FBI agent with the really dull name. to find the other potential suspect.
Why didn't you shoot?
Sorry?
Well, back there. Nathaniel could have had a gun. Could have killed me. Why didn't you shoot?
I prefer to have all the information before I make a decision. I try to make rational choices when possible.
Oh, come on, you had a fraction of a second to react. You could have whacked me before you had time to move.
It can be aggressive or ironic. Neither of which
I'm
is
sorry.
great, so I pick ironic.
I thought you were a tough guy. A street
Incidentally,
cop
this
who's
is
been through the mill.
sarcastic, not ironic. It is not
I
the
didn't
same
think
thing.
you'd scare so easily.
Why don't you fuck off, Norman?
I'm sorry, it is impossible to sound threatening when saying the name Norman. It is the least threatening word
That's
in the
him.
English language. Anyway, so we find this guy coming out of wherever it is he's been. A cafe, presumably.
You're Slav Korda? Yeah? Lieutenant Carter Blake, I'd like to ask you some questions.
And he runs.
Shit, don't just stand there, he's gonna get away!
Quick time event.
Ah! Hey man, watch it, dude!
And I fuck up slightly, but it's okay. Whoosh. They had no reason to do that, I was just showing off. Excuse me, I mean I could have just run around you, but...
Hey, watch it, man! Whoa!
Fuck up slightly. Never mind. Oh, I really did badly on this one, didn't I? Yep, I really did badly on this one.
Hey man, what's your problem?
Where the fuck is Blake? Shit! Where'd he go? I can't see anything here.
Oh. Got him. And Blake turns up.
This time it looks like we got our origami killer.
There's no chance it's just going to be some random dude, is there? Anyway, on the other side of the law, it's Scott Shelley. Is the bridge of his nose really that fascinating that we have to spend 10 seconds looking at it before every chapter? Anyway, he's asleep. So I switched the lights on, ready for, you know, a hard day's detectiving. Open this file, he flips through it. And apparently there's nothing there and you just have to get up. So yeah, that was pointless. Thoughts?
I've seen the parents of all the victims. And all I've come up with is this telephone and a box of origami figures.
Dramatic music as you look through a cupboard containing nothing of use.
all the newspapers are talking about Sean Mars, the kid who disappeared.
My God, really? They're reporting on crime?
I needed the rest. I haven't been sleeping well since the murder started up again. Can't breathe with this goddamn humidity. Hope it stops raining soon.
Map of Philadelphia. Blah blah blah. At this point I had pretty much no idea what I was supposed to be doing. So we go to the reliable old standby of wandering through our house. Opening cupboards, closing cupboards, enjoying the nail-biting gameplay, reading the paper, not even getting to see what's in the paper because the camera chooses to focus on the front page which he isn't actually reading. Someone at the door, so I answer the door, but it turns out to be the door to my bedroom because I don't know my own house. Go to the front door.
You said I could contact you if I remembered anything.
It's Lauren from the first Shelby chapter.
Can I come in?
Sure. Let me take your coat.
Take a coat, offer a drink, or tell her to sit down.
Please, take a seat.
And again, heavy rain arbitrary action limit means you can only do 2. So now that she's sat down, it will be madness to offer her a drink. That just will be incredibly weird. Apparently. Anyway.
I just remembered something. Maybe it's not important, but a letter arrived in the mail the morning Johnny disappeared.
A letter?
A mysterious letter shortly
It was
after your
addressed to Johnny's
child
father.
disappeared.
I don't know what was inside.
After the receipt of
but
which,
he read it and then he left.
your husband also, well,
And you think there's a connection
your lover
between that
also
letter
disappeared.
and Johnny's death, is that it?
And you've only just now
You
thought this
remember
was
anything
important.
else
It's
about
obviously important.
Well, I don't know why, but I kept the envelope.
Anyway, so we now have an envelope to add to our list of clues.
Nothing particular. Except the address.
Again, you
address?
only appear to
It was
be
typed
able
with an
to
old
notice one thing about the letter.
Could be a lead, you never know.
So we have one lead. It was typed
Well,
with
thanks
an
for your help,
old
Lord.
typewriter.
I'll let you know if it leads to anything.
Wait, I can't just sit around and do nothing while you're out there looking for the man who killed my son. Ever since you came around, I've been thinking, and I want to come with you. Help you in your investigation?
There's nothing you can do to help, Lauren. It's not a good idea. Believe me.
If you won't let me help you, I'm keeping the envelope. It's all or nothing.
So we have a partner
I'm sorry, Lauren, but I work alone.
with
How
no
many
training
clues
at
have
all.
you got, Mr. Shelby? This envelope. Maybe your only link to the killer. I understand. It was a stupid idea. Sorry for wasting your time, Mr. Shelby.
Wait. You're really something special, Lauren. I'll give you that.
I'm just a mother. A mother who wants to find out who killed her son. Are we partners?
Familial love, big thing in this game.
We're partners.
So off we drive. To a fancy mansion. Well, I suppose all mansions are going to be fairly fancy by definition, aren't they?
Maybe you better stay in the car.
We're partners, remember? Wherever you go, I go.
Shelby shows what appeared to be the lid to a box of cornflakes in order to gain entrance.
What are we doing here?
We come to see Gordy Kramer.
Kramer? The bigwig tycoon from Kramer Construction?
No, his son.
You think maybe he's the origami killer?
For now, I just have a few questions that need
Could
answers.
you maybe not throw accusations around so close to his guards?
What'd you think he paid for all this shiny crap?
We'll discuss Kramer's decor another time.
Are we gonna be here long? This place gives me the creeps.
I'm gonna go find Gordy Kramer. You stay here till I come back, okay?
Okay, just let me know if you need me.
Okay, gotta find Gordy Kramer. Booze, babes, and coke. Gordy Kramer seems to be quite the party animal. Hi, I'm looking for Gordy. You know where he is?
I saw him a while back, but you'll be lucky to see him. He rarely hangs out down here with his guests.
Oh, really? Why bother
It really
throwing
looks
a
like he
party then?
fits in at a party, doesn't he?
Ask him.
Shirt, tie, and obligatory long detective coat.
You okay?
I really don't like this place. Did you find out anything? I want to get out of here.
Tough. You want to
Not
come
yet.
along?
Gordy's a hard man to meet. Well, I'm going back in. Hang tight. Hi, I'm Scott. Music's a little loud, isn't it?
Clearly, that ends that conversation. I selected music, kind of hoping he would say something that didn't make him sound like a 60-year-old man, but whatever. Well, you look like you're having a great time.
Well, I'm here. Might as well have a drink.
No, you might as well stay sober.
Okay, gotta find Gordy Kramer. Hey, good-looking girl. Keep your mind on the job, Scotty. Excuse me?
Nobody allowed upstairs.
Try to bribe them, but doesn't work.
Look, here's Mr. Franklin. Says I should go up.
You talk so crazy if I shove that wallet down your throat? Beat it! I ain't for sale.
If I want to see Gordy Kramer, I'm gonna have to go about it some other way. Maybe bust a few heads? Yeah, tempting. But not such a good idea. Too many goon-shaped reinforcements around here. Those two goons and me seeing Gordy don't mix. Gonna have to think of another way to get rid of him.
So I wander around trying to find a way to get rid of the guards, and then remember that I have a partner.
So, did you find Gordy?
He's upstairs, but he's got two goons blocking the way.
Do you want me to handle them?
Hey, what are you gonna do? Knock him out with a pair of high heels?
Leave it to me. Just be ready to go as soon as they leave the stairs.
Wait, Lauren.
We move. And sort of clearly walk past them.
This!
I get that they're distracted,
Yes, are you
but they're
alright?
not fucking blind.
Hey, wake up! Shit! Another one's gonna OD on the dance floor.
We find him watching cartoons with two women making out sat next to him. Yeah, this guy's normal.
Mr. Kramer?
Shh! This is the best part.
My name is Scott Shelby. I'm a private detective. I'm investigating the case of the Origami Killer. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I'd like to know exactly what happened to little Joseph Brown.
Beat it! You hear me? Get the hell out of here! What do you want?
A witness saw little Joseph Brown get in the back of your limousine. That was the last time anybody ever saw him. Now, I know you've been arrested and interrogated until your father made a little phone call and the file was closed. I'd like to hear your version of the facts.
The kid was lost. I just offered to drive him home. The police arrived, I explained the misunderstanding, and I was released. End of story. Nothing to get excited about.
That sounds entirely plausible.
I don't know why, but your story just doesn't check out. You're giving me the crap now. Tell me something I can't believe.
Very well. I'm the Origami Killer. I get my victims into my car. I drown them in rainwater. Then I dump them on a wasteland with an origami figure in one hand and an orchid on their chest. I do that because I'm bored, Mr. Shelby. And it's a creative and entertaining way of having fun. Is that good enough for you? Or do you want more?
Well, can I have it in writing?
This interview is over. Get rid of this clown!
Is it possible to go for just one chapter as Shelby without him getting into a fight?
It's a dangerous game you're playing, Kramer.
Do you know who my father is? He only has to lift one finger and you won't wake up tomorrow morning. You're the one that should be afraid, Mr. Shelby, not me.
Well, you're the one who, with all that money, should probably hire security people who can't be beaten up by an asthmatic in his late 40s. So, a confession. Sincere? Who knows? We revisit that later, but for now, Ethan. With the butterfly trial. Trial number 2. Of 5. And I'm running out of things to say to fill up this loading screen. Here we are. Rain now in excess of 2 inches. We arrive at the power plant. I'm going to tell you this now, I failed this one. I failed this one the first time I played as well. It's a bit aggravating. It's also very atmospheric, I have to give them credit, but maybe I just suck.
It might be a trap.
I mean, I looked
better
up a
be careful.
walkthrough after I'd failed, and it didn't
This is
seem
the
like
old Pico power station.
too difficult,
I thought it was abandoned.
and yet,
Now
well,
where
you'll
am I
see what
supposed
happens.
to go? There must be a clue or something. The origami figure was in the form of a butterfly. So, am I looking for a butterfly?
Hey, look over the wall, look on the
the hell am
wall,
I
there's
supposed
a
to do here?
butterfly. So we walk up to the butterfly, which apparently we're looking for, and you can't interact with it or even comment on its existence, so much for that clue. Try the door. Unsuccessfully. Turns out you just have to go around the back. But again, call the police! You have 5 origami figures, all with addresses, presumably where the killer has been, and, you know, been pretty damn active in order to set up these incredibly elaborate trials. Hand the addresses over to the police! Could have traced the guy to the garage, found the car that had suspiciously been left there for 2 years, and taken the obviously highly suspicious GPS,
Electrical
examined it,
condensers.
and found the key
Going by the
inside.
sound of them, they're still active.
Wouldn't have had to drive down the road. Similarly, yes, the electrical condensers are active, so this place is dangerous. Why don't you contact the police, who can probably get it shut off and investigated properly, while simultaneously investigating the other 3 places? So we probably find all the keys, we get the address, we save the kid, and we probably figure out who the killer is as well, because he's obviously going to have left evidence behind. And none of this you can do because he won't call the fucking police. Anyway. We find the air duct. And this, I've got to confess, I thought was highly atmospheric, in spite of the plot making very little sense because you just call the police. It does achieve the creation of this highly immersive and atmospheric environment where you know he's got to go down the air duct, and you know that you have got to go down the air duct, and you don't want to go down the air duct, so you hope you're wrong and you look around for other stuff. But no, obviously you've got to go in the air duct, and obviously that's going to happen, and you're stuck in the air duct. So this is the bit I wasn't able to do. You have to find your way through the air
Where's
duct
this
in order
pipe
to
go?
find the
I've got
clue.
a bad feeling. I should never have got into this pipe. It's suicide.
And just to make things worse, yep, that's broken glass ahead of him. And all you've got to help is a box of
Broken
matches.
glass. Sharp as a razor. Impossible to go back. I'm gonna have to crawl through it, slowly, so I don't tear up my arms.
I'll be honest,
I've gotta
this
get
was
out of
making
here.
me wince
There's
a bit
got
in
to be a way
sympathy.
out. Stupid fucking pipe. And Sean is gonna die because of me.
And you've got the claustrophobia, you've got the stuff cutting into your skin with every passing moment. And oh look, 2 different ways. So what you're supposed to do is strike a match.
The match flame indicates where the fresh air comes from. All I have to do is follow the wind.
And then presumably you go in the direction that the flame is being blown. And at this intersection I think it's pretty clear you've got to go right. But I got lost. Just stop for a rest, or as I assume you do when the blood starts appearing at the side of the screen. But here's the thing, I knew I was going to get lost because I got lost in exactly the same place the last time I played the game. So I was really trying, but there, look, he's just going straight ahead. That's no help.
Can't stand the pain. Can't take it much longer. can't see a thing in here. Where are those matches?
The match just doesn't seem to help.
Rats. Charming. If they got in, then maybe I can get out.
But yeah, I tried to go through methodically and shit, and
A draft. There's a slight draft. If I could figure out where it's coming from, it could lead me to the exit.
I mean, do you go in the direction of the wind because wind is blowing towards the entrance? It's being pushed that way by the ventilation?
Keep it together, Ethan. Come on.
Or is the wind supposed to be blowing from the exit, so you go the opposite way? Maybe that's why I got lost, but... Blast runs out. I think maybe I found the exit. Obviously not. I just managed to get all the way back to the beginning. So yeah, there's just more footage of me getting lost for a bit, sorry. I mean, it's atmospheric. I was feeling the frustration, the claustrophobia, the panic. But in the end, yeah, I failed this one. Blah blah blah, I get lost, I suck, etc. think I find a dead body at one point, if that makes anything more interesting. I'm going to assume the matches don't run out, by the way. As that'd be really shit. Game suddenly goes, hey, run out matches. Yeah, I found a dead body.
Looks like I'm not the first to come this way. And this guy never found the way out. The match flame, in where the fresh air comes from. All I have to do is follow the wind. My vision's getting blurry. Easy does it. I've got to move slowly, or I'm gonna faint. What's that noise? Rats. Charming. If they got in, then maybe I can get out.
Eventually, the time limit expires, the pain becomes too much, and he collapses and faints. Trial failed. And so died Ethan Mars. Dying of pain and suffocation in a... Wait, he's alive. I don't understand this. He's alive. You just get this one cutscene of him rolling out of the pipe.
I couldn't. I wasn't able to.
Where the fuck did he go? I mean, oh, he fainted. Even if we assume that he could have opened the door that he came in, which he couldn't because, you know, you have to rotate the wheel from the outside. You've earned a trophy. Coward. I wasn't a coward. I tried the trial. I just fainted. I don't understand how the fuck he was supposed to get out. I don't think there is an explanation. Just like, yeah, he found another exit. No, he was clearly trapped. Like the other guy, we found another corpse there. Of clearly another father, probably the husband of Susan Bowles. Who disappeared. Yeah, anyway. Madison helps him again, as is clear, but it just makes no sense. But the plot can't afford to have Ethan die at this point, for all that the game goes on about anything that can happen. And while it is indeed possible for all 4 player characters to die or survive throughout the course of the game, it's not possible for Ethan to die most of the time, because without Ethan there is no plot. So yeah, he failed and was magically delivered from the trial. But doesn't have the
Ethan.
hangman letters, and never will have the
Ethan,
hangman letters.
can
He
you
can't
hear
go
me?
back. I don't know why not. Nothing stopping him from going back. Or calling the police!
I'm gonna have to get your clothes off to disinfect those wounds.
This is the third sequence in the game where we've had to doctor someone. They're getting a bit old. Excuse me while I induce
got
this
a hell of
scene
a
with
fever.
mild sexual tension.
Your arms look really bad. I need to disinfect your wounds.
She finds the origami box.
Origami figures. What is he doing with them?
Which we didn't hide. But the player never got an opportunity to hide it in the first place. So yeah. Stuff. Medical sequence. Pressing buttons. Dramatic music. Love interest.
I'm no doctor, but I'll do what I can.
How did he even drive home? How did he get out the fucking pipe? Makes no sense.
Your wounds are disinfected. Sorry, I'm stupid. I'm using anti-burn ointments on your cuts.
I was just pressing buttons, don't blame me. Blah 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 blah. Bandages. Cutscenes. Buttons. Tedium disguised as realism. Rolling the analog stick around with my right thumb. Because that's how bandages work.
He's unconscious. Now I'll just have to wait. And hope he wakes up.
Sad music. You know, great works of fiction know that you need spots of happiness and hope for the sadness to work better. This is just unrelenting.
How do you feel?
Oh, I'm great, yeah.
I've been better. Was I out for long?
About 3 hours.
Why the guardian angel act? You don't even know me.
You didn't really leave me any choice. I couldn't just leave you like that.
You said you were here because you're an insomniac?
I try to have
I've
my
been
two
going through a bit of a
characters
tough
tell the truth
patch
to each
the
other.
last few months. It's the kind of stuff you prefer to forget. I do what I can to live with it, but it's not easy.
Yeah, tell me more about how awful your life is right now.
You got some kind of a problem?
No, I'm fine. I just
Bigger than you can possibly
cut myself on a piece of glass. 36
I'm
times.
sorry, I shouldn't be asking you questions. I mean, after all, we hardly know each other. You have no reason to trust me.
Listen, I'm truly grateful for your help, but for your own sake, I think it's better if you don't ask any questions.
Maybe I could help you.
No one can help me. You've already done a lot, Madison.
Right. I'm gonna go. Take care.
Next one, it's a lizard. Are you prepared to make a sacrifice to save your son? 9711 Marble Street.
I didn't do it. I swear I didn't do it. I've got nothing to do with that business. I never killed
Oh,
nobody.
no? Then why did you run away when they came to question you?
I already told you I forgot to report to my parole officer. I didn't want to go back to prison. When I saw the cops, I just bolted. I wasn't thinking straight.
We checked out his statement. He has an alibi for at least 3 of the murders.
Fuck, that bastard was a perfect fit. Shit!
Were you missold payment
Ash?
protection insurance?
Okay. Sean Moss's mother's here. She'd like to speak with you.
It was a few months back. The middle of the night. It was pouring down. Ethan came home completely drenched at about 3. I asked him where he'd been. He spoke about drowning, the rain. He didn't make any sense. There was something in his eyes. As
So
if
presumably their divorce was
something
more
really
recent and occurred after Jason's death.
There may be no connection, but the next day there was that announcement about another victim of the army killer. Find my son. I'm
So
begging
he's been
you.
having these blackouts for months, and no one seems to give a shit. The most proactive person
I'm Police Lieutenant Carter Blake.
who does
This is Agent Norman
the
Jake
person
of
who
FBI.
actually takes
Reporting on
any
information
action
from
at
Mars,
all
one of your patients. We'd like to ask you a few questions.
is Carter
Sorry,
Blake,
that's
the most
impossible.
reasonable of
I beg
police
your pardon?
lieutenants.
I'm bound by an oath of secrecy. Under no circumstances may I discuss my patients.
My job is to find
Anyway,
Sean Mars alive.
Dr.
and I don't give a
Patient
damn about any
confidentiality.
bullshit oath.
Dr. Patient confidentiality is a fairly
He's
well-known law.
Legally, you gotta tell us what
I'm
No,
sorry,
legally he
I can't
hasn't.
help you. And now I must
In fact,
ask you
legally
to
he
leave.
mustn't.
You need to cooperate. For your own sake.
Are you an agent of the FBI and you don't
I
know
you
this?
don't want to protect a murderer. If you know anything, you must tell us, Doctor.
Are you threatening me?
I'm just giving you some free advice, Doc. I suggest you take it.
Blake, that's enough. Let's get out of here.
I am going to call the police and make a complaint about your behavior.
Doctor, you are really pushing my buttons. The only thing I'm interested in is saving that kid's life. So, you're gonna be a good boy and tell me what I want to know, or I am really gonna lose my temper.
Immediately.
Let go of me. You have no right.
Come on, Doc. There's an easy way and a hard way. It's your fucking choice. Oh! What's up with you, Norm? Are you getting cold feet? You don't like to get your hands dirty, huh? I thought you wanted to save that kid.
I want to save Sean Mars just as much as you do, but that doesn't give me the freedom to do what the hell I like. So you're gonna stop this shit right now.
I'll get you for this, Jaden. Don't worry. I will not forget.
Ethan Mars has had psycho problems since his first son died. Feels responsible for his death. Sort of morbid neurosis.
So speaks up. Apparently
He is
doctor-patient
haunted by visions of
confidentiality
drowning
means
bodies.
nothing.
A few weeks ago, after one of our usual sessions, I found this on the floor. It must have fallen out of his pocket.
Nevertheless, he told you he was having blackouts and you did nothing, so you are still the worst doctor ever. Anyway, they obviously jump to the conclusion that Ethan Mars is the origami killer.
Ash, I want you to assign every available man to finding Ethan Mars. I want a man outside his place day and night. Notify all agencies to start looking for him. I want you to keep an eye on the train stations, the airports, the bus terminals. I want every cop in the city on his ass, so that if he moves, we know about it. Yes, Ethan Mars is the origami killer.
Anyway, that's where we end for now. Next chapter is another Shelby chapter, so see you then. Goodbye.